big part of actually creating job descriptions, looking in the workplace, is called workflow analysis. It really goes back many, many years in the aspect of even scientific management. When you sit down and a product comes in the door, the raw materials, and you have people putting it together as it goes down the line in the process. It might be easier to sit down there and bring a table closer over here to sit down and have the part moving from this table to this table. Or better yet, put a conveyor belt in so it moves on its own. Better yet, here's a different kind of tool that you go through. Each job you go through and you complete a workflow analysis. When the work comes in, what is the expected output at the end of that work? We call that workflow analysis. And you know what? There's no best way of doing it. Sometimes you have to sit down and create a fit between the environment, the competitive strategy, the philosophy, and you really don't pay attention to what the organization is supposed to do. What is the final value it provides to the customer? You're going to really struggle with the aspect of workflow design. It's important to understand how you bundle jobs, tasks into a job to create them as you go through. Look at the organizational structure. Does marketing operate independently, or should marketing be working in coordination with manufacturing before they sell a product that isn't made yet? Should manufacturing sit down there and work with marketing in the aspect of making certain that when they manufacture something, the people at the other end can sell it and know all of its components? A lot of times computers nowadays, they're actually reducing the amount of administrative tasks and giving us more opportunities to be more creative, especially in the workflow analysis as you go through. So when we talk about workflow analysis, we need to understand all the tasks to make certain that we hit high quality products. Ideally, using what we call a benchmark. And by benchmark, we're looking at the best practices in the industry, and we should be meeting them as much as possible to make certain that our product or our services meet the industry highest levels, to make certain you can tell the people that you're giving that product or service to that we have the very best in the market out there. If it's well done, then you have a source of individual accountability as you go through. You sit down and you go through, look at the raw inputs, you look at the activity, and then finally the output as you go through. Input, activity, output, and really by the time it's all done, that activity should encompass all the inputs to make certain that they're already there in the process before the activity begins, so the activity can focus in and go from step A, B, C, D, and have the output as quickly as possible, as well as done as you go through the workflow. Now, analyze the work outputs, make certain that you have the inputs available, and then have the activity, and then what are the outputs by the time it's all done, and do you have a final product, or what steps do you have to do to get to that place as you go through. Analyze the processes, how the outputs are generated, a team-based job design, and if you can, try to reduce your costs through lean production, lean activity, reduce the amount of labor if you can to reduce your overall cost, and make certain that you're going through. This is a big part of human resources. Here, there's an organization called Salary.com, and it's an advertisement they sent to me about rethink your job structures and processes. Here's what we can do for you. By the way, this is nothing more than a third-party human resource company where your company can hire them on a annual basis or on a one-time only basis to sit down and create your jobs. They'll come in, they have job title standardization. Oh, let's see. And you have a group of jobs as you go through, let's say, an assistant, and then you have a secretary, and then you have a senior secretary, an executive assistant as you go through, and have a whole class of different things, and have title standardization. Or that you sit down and have a level of all supervisors, then above that, a level of all managers, then directors, then executive directors, then vice presidents. A lot of job title standardization to eliminate confusion in an organization as you go through. You want to sit down and have job leveling as you go through, and then job matching, so that way this division will have similar titles to over here, and you'll have a general understanding that this is primarily just an administrative support function over here, and this over here is somebody that communicates at a high level to the community as a whole, as a vice president here, and so on. So you have job matching as you go through. So workflow analysis, it bundles tasks into jobs, and you need to understand how those jobs interrelate inside the organization and have a understanding of the employee's skills and expectations, and also the output that you really have at the end. What are you expecting in that process? Workflow analysis, you sit down there at the materials, the activity, and the output, and you bundle those activities and they're into jobs. So you bundle tasks into jobs, and that's how you start beginning the process of creating jobs through workflow analysis. We'll talk more in just a bit. Take care.